Okay guys, welcome back everyone. Today's video, I've been avoiding it for ages now, but I need to swap the wheels over on these bikes because these tyres are brand new and these are barely MOTable. I've got them all. This one's up and running well. It pulls really strong actually, and it rides beautifully at this stage. So it is just about the MOT. Now I'm not sure if this is a bank holiday weekend or if the MOT centre will be open tomorrow. If it is open tomorrow, it'd be great if I could get this down to them and get it MOT'd. And then the second the logbook gets here, it's kind of ready for someone. As I've always said, if somebody would like to test this bike and use it for a few weeks, someone who's working NHS at the moment, then you could have it for free for a while. Obviously you'd have to insure it, but everything else is fine. So let me know if there's anyone out there who's wanted to test the gs500 for a while. And I mean, I expect it to run and ride perfectly after all the work that's been done, but I guess you never know. So yeah, rear wheel's fine because it has the centre stand. In fact, both wheels are going to be easy enough because of the centre stand. Pop the wheels off, pull the bars out, swap them over, and back on. It's as simple as that, really. Not necessarily going to film much because there's not much there. It's just undoing the nut, pushing the pin out, sliding it out of the caliper and swapping it over there. It's fairly straightforward. So let's get that done, and then we'll have a look over this MOT wise, and if they're open tomorrow then we'll look at that. Have a look where you took the engine bars off. I've just noticed, see, I took the engine bars off there. I now need a bolt on there. Lucky I just noticed that. Have a look around the bike for stuff like that, and then obviously the basics: brakes, horn, lights, brake lights, and so on. So guys, we've done the switch. These tyres are brand new. My slight concern is this tyre's back to front, and I think that's a fail. So I'll probably have to get them to switch that round. So annoying. I hate when that happens. How does a garage put a tyre on back to front? I know it wasn't done at home, or I believe it wasn't done at home. Rear tyres fine, but they are brand new tyres. They've got plenty of tread. They've got full tread, and so on. But yeah, if that front tyre fails on being back to front because the tread pattern's the wrong way round, then I'll have to get them to switch it. So that will add maybe 30 quid to the MOT, but nothing major. I decided not to wrap the exhaust. I don't think it will handle the heat. I'm still tempted to throw the other one back on, but it's kind of obnoxiously loud, and we don't need that. This one's okay as it is. So this one at the moment is kind of done and dusted, so I'm glad about that. I've got loads of parts for the other one. If anyone needs any gs500 parts, I'm going to start putting them on eBay. And yeah, and obviously you can drive down to me and I can help you out putting them on and stuff. So that's it. And of course, if anyone's interested in this bike, then let me know. It's here, it's available. It'll be reasonably cheap. I'm thinking 750 with a year's MOT. Considering it's just been fully serviced and everything's been done. The tyres are brand new, chain and sprockets brand new, I believe, or close to. It's due a nice clean actually. But yeah, so anyone's interested, let me know. Come and test ride it, you might as well, and you can be on your way. It's not much for me to do. I might go and get some fuel. I need to get the Kawasaki. I need to find that water leak, don't I? Also there's oil on the floor under it, so I just need to see if it's dripping oil from anywhere. I mean, it might not be. I might have dropped a container or something, but I just need to look at that. So water leak, possible oil leak, and maybe just get it idling for a bit. So guys, just to have some sort of video today for people, I'm just trying to piece this back together. I honestly have no idea. I have checked the lights, they are all working, so I've hooked them up properly. I just don't know the structure, what bolts to what. I mean, I know this frame part is right, it's bolted to the frame, and I've just cable tied it for now. And then there's a screen, so it's all this part that I just need to get. Also, I have no idea where the bolts are. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm just trying to piece it back together. I might get the right front side panel on. I know Jake did all the coolant and stuff, he topped that up, so there's no issue there. The bike is kind of ready to ride and run once the left peg comes. But yeah, I'm just trying to puzzle this together. I have no idea at the moment how it goes. So, but I mean, it's every time we look at the bike, it's looking better. The last owner used gaffer tape so much, and he used it to cover like scrapes like that. And I'd much rather paint them, fill and paint them. I mean, in fact, look, in fact, let's see what's under this one. You'll be amazed. Some of them had scratches. See, look at that. See, so gaffer taped over them. That should just be sanded and painted. There's really no reason to do that. So, I mean, the bike's going to need a hell of a lot of neatening up in the end, but it will be well worth it. It's a lovely gsxr. Let me see if I can get this kind of a bit more together. I don't know where the screen is. I don't even know if it had a screen. And I don't know kind of where it bolts down here. There's no obvious. Maybe the side panels do the rest. Maybe the side panels on here secure the rest. I mean, I'm checking everything as I go along, so like the brakes and the lights and everything works. The clock being in kilometers, I'd like to look into whether I could just switch that over to a UK clock. I assume this is an import. It's not the end of the world. You've got 30, 50 and 70 there, but it's a very low mileage bike, so if we could convert it, if it was doable. I don't know how you'd convert it. I don't know what it runs on, as in how it digifies what speed it's doing. It could just be plug and play, so you just plug a UK one in and play, but I don't know. If anyone does know, please let me know and I'll look into doing that. But yeah, I'll keep piecing this together and we'll see kind of how far it goes. So front left panel's on. It doesn't hinder the gear selector setting up, so that's good. I thought it might be in the way for when that comes, but it's not, so it's fine. I mean, I've got a proper mix mash of bolts in there, but it's doing the job for now. I need to pull out the screen and see if that's there, if it's broken. I don't know what the deal is with the screen. This side's obviously not done yet. What's this? What's that? Alright. Yeah, should probably get that secure, eh? Cool. Let me see if I can get this side on, and then I'm going to give it a bit of a clean, basic clean, and yeah, just see how it looks as a full bike, or nearly a full bike. So everyone, this is where we've got to. So the panels are on. The odd screw is missing at this stage, but that's all. That will all go back to normal at some point. Yeah, it just looks like a cheap, wrecked old gsxr, really, doesn't it? Look at this. It's gonna need some looking at. It's a tough one because this bike, the mileage is stupidly low. Let me double check. It's also KM, so what does that say? Yeah, I mean 15,000 km from new. But it would almost definitely need a full set of panels to be worth anything. And yeah, and it's obvious it was left out in a garden for years, so this should be an amazing bike for someone. But do we want to put 400 quid into a pair of Chinese panels that's going to take 3 months to get here? Probably not, no. I'm going to try and kind of polish it up as best as I can, just to see, like, there's silly marks. There's marks I've put on anyway. Look, this is all grease from me and stuff. And then you've got stuff like that where my compound will cut through that. So I'm going to give it a bit of a wipe and a clean and see if it comes out a bit better. I'll use my compound on that, but then a bit of black will sort that out and see if we can get it a bit better. And then if I can find the screen, I'll throw the screen on. If it has mirrors, I can't remember, I'll throw them on. And so on. We're missing this rubber here. It might be in there somewhere, it might not. I honestly don't remember what came with this bike. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a bit of a clean up. I have got some black spray, so I might just patch up bits and pieces. I might do a bit here just to kind of minimize the terrible effect. And yes, if I can find the screen, I'll throw that on, although I definitely haven't got screen bolts. All my bolts are all different down there, and that'll be stupid. So you're better off buying a set of screen bolts. Let's see if it cleans up a little bit. So again, I'm just kind of messing with it at the moment. I've got one bolt on there because I could only find one. It needs to clean the screen, but that gives you an idea of what it will look like. I have kind of put some cutting compound on most of the panels just to kind of let it work in, but yeah, but it will need a good kind of intensive clean at some point, and then bits of paintwork on stuff like that, and then this here. Other than that, it's doing okay at this stage. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect bike, but it's going to be a low mileage bike that's just been serviced. The wing mirror doesn't seem to fit. I can only find one anyway, but these aren't long enough. I mean, I'm sure it does work at some point when you really compress it, but I just don't get why they wouldn't be a touch longer. They just kind of don't work. So I don't know what's happening there. They might not be originals. So I'll have a look at getting some originals, and then it goes on like that. Unless I'm completely wrong, I could be. I'm going to try and put some more screws on the screen, if I can find a couple more, and I'll give it a wipe, and we'll kind of wrap up for today. But yeah, it's getting there. Okay guys, so yeah, we're wrapping up for today. I've been here a long time. I think the bike looks really good at the moment, actually. So much better. I polished the exhaust a little, that looks better. Obviously haven't touched any of that yet, but it's a solid bike. I've put a few bolts in the screen so it's secure, but obviously I'll get a new bolt set when needed, and mirrors. What was I going to say? I got a new project. I've been really busy this week with basically key workers coming in to me and saying, you know, I need this, I need that. Today I did someone's moped. It wasn't starting, it was starting intermittently, and it basically, the side stand switch was playing up, so after a while we found out that that's what was wrong. I did someone's bike yesterday, but I can't remember. It's all disappearing. And then the day before I did Sultan's Bandit, 'cause he dropped it again, and he's a key worker as well. If there's any key workers in or around London and you need something done with your bike, I'm around for the next couple of weeks. I'll find time for you. You just have to get it to me, drive it, or in a van, and I'll try my best. I'm not the best mechanic, but I don't charge people a penny. As long as it doesn't need, you know, major parts, and it just needs a bit of service, a bit of an oil, or you know, a bit of oil, stuff like that, we can do that. So if you've got a bike and you're worried about it, you are more than welcome to bring it to me. I'll look at it for free, especially key workers, NHS workers, and everyone who's you know, deep in this at the moment. But this will be fun. This little I don't know what it is. It's a motorbike. That's it. Throttle turns. Oh, headset's completely. Oh my god. It's got to be a two-stroke. So two-stroke. It must be pre-mix. You must mix in the tank, because there's no obvious sign. What's this? Is that's got to be a choke. Oh, do you know what? I'll pull this apart a little tomorrow and I'll have a little look. It looks quite cool. I'd love to get it fired up. It has an ignition, although I don't know why or how, or I don't get the ignition part, if I'm being honest, because it just shouldn't need it. It's just a pull start, so we'll see what's going on there. But this will be fun. Look at it, it's tiny. I think this will be obviously for someone's kid, and if they have a nice sized garden, that will really keep them entertained at this stage. So I'd love to get this up and running for them. So this is probably the next little project. If anyone can help me with this, as in advice, it's almost definitely a two-stroke. It's a carb straightforward enough. Fuel tank looks empty, so I can run some fuel through it. Must be premix. It's got to be premix in the tank. It's got to be, and otherwise it just needs spark and compression, doesn't it? Alright, yeah, I don't know what this is, a pit bike or a little dirt bike, kids bike, so on. So that's it for today, guys. Some of you are still watching. I'm still working, except this weekend I'm not. It's bank holiday weekend. I go back on Tuesday now. I'm helping people out every day with their bikes, like I said, key workers and NHS workers, so do jump in on the action if you need something from me, especially over this weekend. We've all got our IDs as well to show that we're key workers and specialist workers, so you'll be okay coming to me as well. That's it for now. We're all looking good. Everything's buttoned up on the GS now, so if them guys happen to be open tomorrow, I'm going to throw it in for its MOT. Thanks for watching as always. Thanks for all your comments. I really enjoy talking to people. Thanks for all your help and support. And yeah, I'll keep throwing out videos to try and help people stay entertained for this time. So just to fully wrap up the day, back area looks a bit rougher as I've started sanding it down. I'm pleased. Can't wait to run this one.